What's going on? This is Big G from G Riders, and welcome to another episode of Talking Rides. Today, I'm with my friend Nathan, and we're getting ready to talk about his Evo. What kind of car is this?
It's a 2003 Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 8.
Nice. So what have you done to it so far?
It's got, let's see, HKS 272 cams, upgraded turbo, standstill brake lines, lowering springs on the stock struts, 3-port boost control solenoid.
Oh man.
Tuned by English Racing. Let's see what else. Gosh, intake, that sort of stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So what visual stuff have you done on it?
Not a whole lot. Just the mud flaps, and then the wheels, of course.
All right, let's take a look. So did you powder coat these wheels, or?
Yeah, I had Advantage Metalworks over in Albany powder coat them.
Oh, nice. They look really good.
They do. I'm really happy with them.
How much did that set you back?
Not much. I think it was like $260 out the door.
260? Nice.
Yeah. And he dismounted the old tires too, so I mean, he really hooked me up.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Have you done anything on the interior?
Yeah, I've got the boost and air-fuel ratio and oil pressure gauges there in the center. Kotomi shift knob. The nice little custom Hello Kitty upholstery my girlfriend made.
Pretty cool.
Got the carbon fiber overlay on the center of the dash there.
Nice.
So past that, it's pretty much stock.
It's really clean. I like it a lot.
Happy with it.
These like the stock seats that come in it?
Yeah, they're totally factory.
Oh man, these seats are great.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Really adds to the look of the car.
Yeah, really gives it that sporty feel.
Definitely. All right, let's see how this thing sounds. Out of all cars you could have gotten, why'd you choose this one?
Honestly, as silly as it sounds, you know, Too Fast, Too Furious, even in that car, or in that movie, I was just like blown away.
Yeah. Oh, the yellow one?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's my all-time favorite movie.
Yeah. Ever since then, it's been like, yeah, I'm gonna buy one of those someday, and then I finally did it.
Nice.
Yep.
Were there other cars you were looking at when you were thinking about this car?
Funnily enough, I had a 2012 Mazda Speed 3 before this.
Oh, nice.
Which sometimes I wish I could have kept, just because it had lower miles and that sort of stuff. But, I mean, I traded it in for this, and no regrets, really. Like, besides the fact that it would have been probably the more reliable car, like, I love this thing to death.
Yeah. Some things that you like about it.
The biggest thing for me was, like, steering feel agility. Like, the steering rack ratio is really quick. I think it's, like, oh gosh, like 12 to 1, 13 to 1, something like that. And so it's like really dirty. So I just really like the fact that you can, you know, point it where you want to go and just hit the pedal and go.
Nice.
Like the all-wheel drive system is fantastic.
Oh yeah, I've always loved Evos, but I never knew a whole bunch about them. I always knew they were fast cars.
Right.
But I just didn't know much about them, like how they handled, how reliable they were.
Sure.
But I wouldn't mind having one. Like I know I'm a car enthusiast, but sometimes I don't like to deal with a manual all the time.
Right.
So I would love to get one of the Evo 10s with the dual clutch transmission.
For
but
sure.
I know if I get one of those, that means no tuning.
I mean, they definitely can tune it. It's just they don't hold power as well.
Yeah,
and then you've got like the service on the clutch discs are just like crazy expensive. Like,
definitely.
It's insane.
Besides Mitsubishi, what's your favorite brand?
That's a good question. Honestly, this wouldn't have been the case until I met Sam, but probably BMW.
Yeah.
I used to be a die-hard Audi fan, but I don't know. seeing how unreliable they can be, and having, you know, I own a BMW now and have ridden in some really nice new BMWs. Like, I've been really impressed with them. So honestly, I think that'd probably be, as far as a daily, that's probably the direction I'll go.
Definitely, BMWs are very good. They're very good now. Like, I always kind of like BMWs, just kind of the look of them. None of my family owns German cars or anything like that.
Right.
So like, I never really had a chance to experience any until I started working for Enterprise, where I got a chance to drive all types of BMWs. I'm like, these are great. Like the 328, I say this all the time. That car is impressive. It's
it really is. For what it is, like, it is so impressive.
Definitely. Still, Mitsubishi as a brand now.
I mean, they're kind of disappointing as far as the direction the company's headed. I mean, they dropped the Evo entirely, which was kind of, I can't say it really made them a lot of money, but it really, you know, kept a lot of people loyal to the brand.
Yeah. Well, I say they dropped the Evo for now because did you hear about their work on another Lancer?
I heard a rumor, yeah.
Yeah, they were looking for another company to co-produce that Lancer with.
That makes sense.
But nobody wanted to because Mitsubishi is kind of a low-end brand for the U.S., so nobody cares.
Yep.
So they're working on it, and I think if they do bring out another Lancer, they will bring another Evo. But that's probably another 10 years down the road from now.
If that, like, yeah, I mean,
it's gonna be a while.
Yep.
And like for the stuff they offer now, they're just kind of pricing themselves out of the market, honestly. So like, I really like the Outlanders. I think those are cool cars.
Yep.
But I looked at one that's like pretty decently equipped. It's 30 grand.
Wow.
I said 30 grand. You know what other, like, you could get so many other nicer SUVs for 30 grand that's a little more established.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? It's just like, do you guys want to sell cars, or do you guys want to be out of the U.S. for good?
Right.
Because doing that, they're going to put themselves out of the U.S. for good.
Yep. Well, and I mean, they don't really need to be in the car market here. I mean, they've got so many other industries they're in, you know, HVAC and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm not entirely sure they want to be here, if I'm honest.
Right. That's why they're kind of like, that's why they don't care. Yep. I had a chance to drive an Outlander a few times. It's horrible quality. It feels like an old Subaru, if I'm honest, for $30,000 in 2016.
Really unfortunate.
It's painfully slow, like really slow. I was like, how could they make a car this slow? Like the V6 in the Outlander only has like 218 horsepower or something like that.
That's all?
Yeah. Damn. And that's the big engine.
Damn.
That's the big engine. How do you make that?
Wow.
How do you stop there?
That's like American status with like a 5-liter that makes 180 horse. Like, I don't understand that.
I mean, it's 2016. You can't do that anymore.
Yep.
And then the
competition.
Yeah, then the little compact one, the Outlander Sport.
Yep.
That one's actually decently priced, but like with all the new ones coming out, like the Mazda CX-3 and the Jeep Renegade and the Fiat 500X, it's gonna be out again too.
Right.
Just because, like, again, it only has like 140 or 50 horsepower, something like that, and like it's just not enough anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I've always kind of been like a semi-Japanese car fan, but and I would buy any new Japanese car, just not in the Mitsubishi anymore.
For sure. Yeah. And honestly, as much as I love this thing, it is so much money to just maintain it and run it. It's crazy.
So what's like the running cost of this car? So like, what have you spent so far just getting things working properly?
Gosh, probably. Well, I mean, the transfer case exploded shortly after I bought it. That was $1,100 used.
Oh. And
that was me like putting it in myself. That was just the cost of the case. That was a used one. I mean, it was upgraded. It has a LSD in it, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But that, on top of all the other maintenance I've done with just fluid changes and the tunes and the money I've thrown at it, probably, gosh, I probably spent $7,000-8,000
just
like keeping it running and replacing things.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
That's not very reliable.
No, and they don't have a reputation for being reliable.
Yeah.
I mean, of all the ones I know of, mine's probably the more reliable.
Yeah.
But I also throw money at it all the time, so
yeah,
that's how that works.
Like, that's why a lot of college students don't own Evos. They own WRXs, STIs. Something that's a little more reliable, because you can't like run this car if you don't got no money to throw at it.
Yeah, if you can't do the maintenance, it'll just explode. Like, honestly, we'll just die.
And you'll be catching the beaver bus everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much. Fuel costs alone, I mean, right now it's got the 950cc injectors in it. I probably get, I don't know, combined maybe 16.
16?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I get about 250, 280 to a tank.
Oh wow.
It's horrible. It's a 14-gallon tank, so yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, because like, I mean, everybody knows this is pretty much just an economy car with the fat turbo on and all-wheel drive.
Yep.
So like, you can't put a big fuel tank in that. And honestly, my opinion, I think they should have. They should have kind of understood where the direction people were going to go with this car, and they should have attached a bigger fuel tank to handle the power and stuff that people want to throw at this car to get some type of range.
At the same time, they did that with the Evo 10, and look where it's at. I mean, a lot of people don't care for those quite as much. Yeah. So, I mean, either you make it friendly for everyone, or you make it, you know, for a certain niche of people. Yeah, exactly. So how do you feel about how expensive these cars are to buy? Honestly, I'm really surprised with where the market value is on them right now. Like, this car's got 134,000 miles on it. I could probably turn around and sell it for 17, 18 grand if I had to. Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, it would really depend on the buyer and what they were looking for, because, I mean, you can get them as cheap as 10 or 12. Yeah. But then you don't have really a car that's been maintained and taken care of. Yeah. So it runs the gamut. Who knows? Definitely. It can be anywhere. Oh. Gosh. How much torque does this thing have? It makes 340 to the wheels. 340 to the wheels. Yeah. So how much crank do you think it'll probably be then? Gosh, I'd say, so it's like 360 horse, 340 torque at the wheels. So I'd probably say somewhere in the realm of 420 horse at the crank. 420 horse? Yeah. Ooh. You lose quite a bit through the all-wheel drive. Yeah, definitely. But wow, this thing is fast. I'm very surprised. I'm just shocked because, like, when you hear like 300 horsepower, you don't think it could be this quick. Right. It doesn't sound like a big number. But no. When you've got traction on all four tires, it just goes. Yeah, it's no like. Yep. That's insane. I didn't know these. I never knew these were this quick. They certainly can be, and this is like a mild one. I mean. Yeah, no, I've heard of like big horsepower ones. Yep. So I'm sure those are like stupid crazy. Well, I mean, you've got a lot of the guys up in Washington, like the military guys, running crazy numbers. Oh yeah, crazy numbers, like 600, 700, 800 wheels. So if you ever sell this car, what would you get next? Gosh, that's a good question. We can go. Yeah, we can start heading back. Let's see. Honestly, I don't know. If I had the money, I'd probably hop into something else from this era, maybe like a Mark IV Supra, something like that. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. I get you. I just like to, you know, have experience with lots of different types of cars. I'd even be open to owning a Subaru. I just, you know, it hasn't really happened. Yeah, like I love Subarus, but they're too common for me. Sure. Like, like, and that's one of the things I like about Naomi Subaru is that it's not your common Subaru. Right. It looks different than most Subarus, but like most like Subarus that look like that Impreza, it's just like boring. Yeah, just like it's another STI, another WRX. Yep. And they're always. You ever notice they're all just like really loud too for no reason? Even that's intentional, I think. I mean, hey, my car doesn't stand out, so I have to be loud so you look at me, kind of thing. And I hate to be that person, but I mean, some of the owners are just kind of douchey. Yeah. That's not, of course, not all of them as a whole, but no, but some are. Yeah. Some definitely are. Yeah, but you can say the same thing about Evo people too. So I mean, you can say the same thing about any type of that's fair. That's fair. Any enthusiast. Yeah. They can kind of be a little bit extreme with their ways. For sure. So overall, how impressed are you with this car? I'm really happy with it. I mean, it's through thick and thin, all the issues it's caused me, I'm really happy with it. Excellent. I just like the fact that at this point I've owned it long enough that I've had just about everything out of the car besides the engine. So I kind of, you know, I know what it does, and I know what it's supposed to do. It's a lot easier to diagnose problems, that sort of thing. I mean, when I bought it, I knew literally nothing about it besides the fact that I knew I wanted one. So it was definitely a learning curve starting out, trying to figure out how everything works. Nice. All right, I would like to give a special thank you to Nathan here for taking me for a ride in this Evo. No problem. And we'll see you again.